You racist, selfish, sad case of a company. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. TBD dump site in Clyde, North Carolina. I hope y'all didn't think we was gonna let it go. I got an update for y'all. Y'all can't possibly think y'all got off that easy. Y'all think y'all was gonna be racist and ain't nobody gonna talk about it? Well, look, I got an update for you. If you've been following this story with TBD dump site and how a black driver feared for his life, how they racially profiled him, chased him down with guns, accused him of stealing the phone, the whole time to try to find some way to unalive him, they even flipped his truck. That black truck driver got a lawyer, and he's doing a press conference in Raleigh, North Carolina tomorrow. And I got a video for you, just released, breaking news. In the video, you gonna show him damn near out of breath, like they was just chasing him down with a fire in their hand. And he's pleading for them not to unalive him. TBD dump site, I feel like I gave you a pass. If you are anywhere in North Carolina, any area, tomorrow they're holding a press conference, and that victim, that black truck driver, is now being represented by MAGA and Associates.
MAGA Instant Regret is live and we back. We're talking about a lot of updates here. TDE dump site is now getting sued. He filed a lawsuit. We got a lot to cover, reactions, everything. Make sure you stay to the end. I'm gonna keep y'all laced up. Let's get it.
A truck driver whose viral video appears to show him being confronted by a group at a Haywood County landfill is now filing a federal civil rights lawsuit.
The lawsuit involved several parties, including TBD Landfill and the Haywood County Sheriff's Office. We do want to warn you, this may be difficult or distressing to see.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Confrontation caught on camera. A June 26 TikTok video recorded by truck driver Joseph Joins. It appears to show a group of men threatening him, using profane language, telling him to leave. And it doesn't end there.
No, roll the other window down. Hey, sir, you slammed the door of my door.
The now removed viral video that had millions of views even appears to show one of the men involved shutting the truck's door on the driver's dog. It's not clear exactly what happened before or after this was filmed. But what is clear, Joins says he feared for his life.
At that point, the men were banging on my truck, and you slammed this gun on my door, and I was terrified.
Some of the men, employees here at TBD Landfill, named in a new lawsuit filed against the dump, along with the deputy whose presence was previously confirmed by the Haywood County Sheriff's Office. Joins' attorney alleges that deputy took part in the assault.
You're the sheriff, right?
Yes. Then I saw that a bulldozer that ran right into my truck head on, throwing me across my cab out of the truck.
A second claimant in the suit, truck driver Angelica Hinden, who says Joins tried to get into her cab in an attempt to get away from the men.
Andrew Ferguson came up to my truck and pointed a gun at me while another TBD employee reached in and pulled the keys out of my truck. I was in fear for my life.
Joins' attorney says when it comes to any accusations that race played a role in this case, the video speaks for itself. This comes as the Haywood County Sheriff's Office says it won't comment on any pending or possible litigation. As for TBD, the landfill says it, quote, disputes any claim that Joseph Joins was a victim of any misconduct or prejudice on the landfill property. In fact, Joins engaged in aggressive and threatening behavior and broke the facility's rules as well as state and federal law. But Joins says that's just not how this all played out.
I did not deserve to be treated like this. Nobody should be treated like this. I need justice.
So far, no criminal charges have been filed.
So this is that craziness. We got the update here. Lawsuits being filed. Now, I definitely want to go ahead and make sure that the comments is being read here. So I got them posted up because a lot is happening. I mean, justice definitely needs to be served because what everybody can see in that video, what he was really saying and how people was feeling. But I got some reactions here. Let's go ahead and get into that. Tell me how y'all feeling in the comments below. Let's get it.
TBD, Landfill, your days is numbered. Your racism is done. Because everybody around the United States is seeing you being racist. Why we have to be like that? We don't have to be like that. Because of the color of our skin. Stop it. Time to grow up. It's time to be a man. It's time to support each other. Stop all this bullshit. We have so much stuff going on right now, and you still be racist?
Some research on Wright Brothers Construction, TBD Landfill, Two Banks development. This location, the landfill itself, is privately owned. Privately owned by who? We're talking about the two stakeholders. It's Two Banks Development LLC. These stakeholders are Two Banks Development and Spurtis Worldwide, who the president and CEO happens to be Eric J. Spurtis. Okay, why hasn't this man spoken up about anything that's going on his property involving his son? Why are you guys walking around with pistols on a dump site, okay, on a mulch site, walking around with pistols telling drivers to get back in their vehicles, not because of OSHA occupational safety hazards, okay? Not because of OSHA, not because you need a hard hat, not because you need some steel-toe boots, not because you need a work vest, but because if you don't get back in that vehicle, something bad is going to happen to you, and the sheriff is on site, right? What? Oh my goodness. Y'all walking around with pistols. First of all, y'all got dogs running around there with bulldozers. OSHA. Two Banks Development, TBD landfill needs to be investigated ASAP. You guys are in charge of investigating workplace safety and hazards. Well, guess what, OSHA? Guess what OSHA also does? They develop and enforce workplace safety and health standards for various industries, including construction, agricultural, and general industry, the mulching industry. And they also enforce it and inspect, and they issue violations and impose penalties. The number for OSHA is 800-321-6742. TBD Landfill, Two Banks Development, owned and operated by Eric J. Spurtis. You guys need to be investigated. Y'all taking bulldozers and flipping over trucks because of lost phones, because y'all got so much hatred in y'all for black people that y'all are, first of all, that is attempted unalivement. If that man was in that truck, because he has video evidence of y'all telling him, the sheriff telling him to get back in that truck, roll your window up, and then two bulldozers flip his truck over, that is attempted unalivement of a truck driver, okay? If he's in that truck, oh, please tell me you was in that truck. Please tell me you was in that truck. We got a case, baby. That's why you got the yes, sir.
I think that was one of the hardest parts, especially I know reading a lot of the comments, which I do want to go ahead and point out because y'all definitely had a lot to say. It is a charging moment and a charging topic. How are you expected to be so patient and saying yes sir when they're clearly saying the N-word without saying it, and you can feel the energy is high, you got a gun? It takes a lot of patience and a lot of understanding of awareness of what's going on. So big shout out to him. He about to get this lawsuit going. Now you also absolutely have to see this about the company, because this ain't the first time of them getting in trouble. Oh no, yeah, we got some updates. Let's go ahead and get into that right now.
The first timer can't see them in plain English before a single wheel touches your dirt. They're not policies, man. They're tripwires. And at Clyde, what you branded site enforcement looked a lot like a swarm. A part-time deputy in the mix, bulldozers boxing a truck, chaos instead of safety. Your own contractor put his guy on leave. And the sheriff's incident report lists simple assault, injury to personal property, and assault by pointing a gun. That's not order, Eric. That's heat with no light. So spare us the corporate incense. Court records show you already caught a $350,000 judgment in Wisconsin tied to your company. So accountability isn't a stranger. It's a house guest. In Canton, you tussled in Delaware over an as-is deal, then closed on the mill and now run the show. And that means the hard parts are yours too. Worker conduct, environmental controls, and the FEMA debris flow that your cash tickets on. So post the rules at the gate. Publish the incident log. Release the independent investigators report. And end the freaking cowboy culture. If your standards are real, prove it where it counts. On a signboard, in a handbook. and in the behavior of every person wearing your badge on your dirt. Until then, policy